Since leaving Luceraphim, Kim Garam has mostly stayed out of the spotlight, but now, in May 2025, it looks like she might be making a return. Let's dive into the latest updates on her life and see what she has planned for her big comeback. Before Kim Garam could even debut with Luceraphim, her career was already in jeopardy. On April 5th, 2022, the same day she was announced as a member, accusations about her past started flooding the internet. While it's not rare for idols to face online allegations, Garam's situation stood out because the backlash started before she'd even performed a single stage. That very day, someone posted a lengthy message online claiming Garam had mistreated classmates in school. The post went viral and the rumors quickly snowballed. From accusing her of being a tormentor of her peers, people were also suddenly claiming she had once been a trainee at Starship Entertainment and had been kicked out for leaking confidential information. It all sounded dramatic, and the accusations that were being made had no proof to back them up, but at the time, many took it seriously. Hybe pushed back, saying Garam was the actual victim, not the tormentor, warning that they would take legal action against those spreading false claims, but their statement only sparked more questions. People were wondering why the company was bothering to go to such lengths for someone who hadn't even debuted yet and who had such serious accusations stacked against her. That skepticism led to even more rumors, this time about Garam's family, money, and connections. Things escalated fast from then on. Friends of Garam were accused of threatening the original poster. Others stepped forward saying she had made inappropriate comments about BTS's Taehyung, had insulted IVE and her former bandmate Sakura, and shared old photos of her posing near explicit drawings on a classroom board. Although Hybe stood firm in her defense and acted as if nothing was wrong, fans weren't buying it. During public appearances, it was obvious people were showing support to the other members while keeping quiet whenever Garam was around. But things hit a turning point when a legal firm, Daryun, released a public statement on behalf of someone claiming to be Garam's victim. The firm detailed specific incidents of harassment and said they had sent evidence to Hybe, who reportedly ignored it. According to the firm, the victim, named Yoo Eun-so, had even harmed herself because of Garam's behavior. The news was explosive and quickly shifted public opinion, and people began demanding Garam be removed from the group. Even then, Hybe continued to deny the claims, but quietly placed Garam on indefinite hiatus while the remaining 5 Luceraphim members moved forward without her. The hiatus only fueled suspicions that the company was trying to wait out the backlash in hopes of quietly reintegrating her later. But on July 20th, just over 3 months after it all started, Hybe announced they had officially ended Garam's contract and apologized to fans for the mess. After leaving Luceraphim, many still wanted to hear Garam's version of the story. She had stayed quiet for nearly 2 months, but eventually responded, which wasn't surprising considering the serious accusations that were made against her. In a personal statement, Garam denied ever mistreating anyone. She admitted she wasn't perfect and had made mistakes like any other student, but said she never crossed the line into harming others. She thanked the fans who had stuck by her and said she wanted to grow from the experience. Unlike Hybe, Garam provided a document from her school's disciplinary committee to support her claims. It confirmed there had been a dispute with Yoo Eun-so, but Garam explained it happened after Eun-so posted inappropriate content online and she had simply been defending a friend. Some people felt her side of the story made sense and that her reaction, though harsh, may have come from good intentions. Others weren't as convinced and felt both girls shared responsibility. Hybe declined to comment, saying they no longer represented her. Garam mostly kept a low profile after that, though her fans continued to cheer her on. For her birthday on November 16th of 2022, supporters even ran an ad in Gangnam that played over 100 times throughout the day. She acknowledged it by posting a simple thanks on her friend's Instagram along with a picture in front of the ad. Even though she didn't show her full face, it was enough to make her fans happy. Later that same month, a new post started gaining attention online titled "Former Luceraphim member Kim Garam's recent whereabouts." It included photos of her in a school uniform hanging out with friends. Although she wore a mask, fans recognized her instantly. Then in May 2023, a new update came, not from her but from a TV program. The show Free Doctor aired a segment about celebrities whose past school behavior had caught up with them after fame. In it, they confirmed that Garam had gone back to school and was now focusing on acting. While she hadn't returned to the entertainment scene, the update gave fans hope that she might try again, but this time as an actress. Turns out, Garam had enrolled at the School of Performing Arts Seoul, better known as SOPA, and completed her studies there in May 2023, majoring in acting. As is common for art schools, SOPA shared the names of standout students who got accepted into top university programs, and Garam made that list. She was one of only 7 students from SOPA's acting department who passed the first round of entrance exams for Konkuk University's elite acting program. Although the announcement only included part of her name, fans immediately recognized her. And it was a pretty big deal since Konkuk receives over 2,000 applicants each year but only accepts 30 students. Getting in is no easy feat, and the fact that Garam made it this far shows just how serious she is about about acting. Garam stayed quiet, but small updates about her life started surfacing, this time through school-related moments. In early 2024, her high school graduation photos made the rounds online, and many people took notice of how stunning she looked. Not long after, there were rumors that she might attend her graduation ceremony in person, but in the end, she didn't show up. Then in March, something more concrete came out. Konkuk University released a welcome post for new students in its acting department, showing a collage of headshots, and one familiar face stood out. For those of you who don't know, Konkuk University is especially known for its veterinary and arts programs. Its alumni include a long list of famous names, from actors like Lee Jong-suk, Hyeri, and Bae-doona, to K-pop idols like BTS Jin, Twice as Nayeon, and Chinese Minho. Among the 21st class of admitted students, Garam was clearly visible, wearing a black coat and sunglasses, posing casually for the camera, which showed fans that she was successfully moving on after a pretty traumatizing period of her life. In mid-May 2025, Garam quietly popped back into the public eye, and not through an official appearance or interview, but through Instagram. People stumbled across an account with no profile picture under the handle Garam Only. The name listed was Kim Garam, and the post included a few never-before-seen photos that strongly suggested it was really her. Despite the low-key nature of the account, it exploded overnight. Within a day, she'd already gained over 250,000 followers, and by May 22nd, she was approaching 1 million. International fans especially seemed thrilled. Some were celebrating her return to social media, leaving comments like, "In just 4 hours, you surpassed 100,000 followers. Oh, Garam, you're so loved, and can't wait for actress Garam debut." Some people were genuinely relieved to see Garam reappear, feeling glad that everything she went through hadn't completely pushed her out of the spotlight. But not everyone saw it that way. A lot of Korean netizens were still upset because to them, what happened in the past wasn't something that should just be brushed aside, and they didn't understand why anyone was defending her. Many still saw her as someone who had hurt her peers and felt her return to the public space was undeserved. Others were just confused by the attention she was getting. From their point of view, she was only active in the idol world for a few weeks, which to them was barely enough time to leave a mark. They argued that unless she officially returns as a singer or actress, she's just a private citizen now, with one Twitter user writing, "The chokehold Garam has on some of y'all is so odd to me, man. That is a regular citizen of South Korea." Garam's Instagram suddenly picked up even more buzz when a familiar name popped up in her comment section. Daniel, a former Island contestant who made it to the finale but didn't debut, left a simple hi with a heart emoji under one of her recent posts. Since the two had never been seen together before, the interaction caught a lot of people off guard, and it ended up sparking a whole wave of reactions. Some saw it as a clout-chasing move, accusing Daniel of trying to ride the wave of Garam's viral return, but others pushed back against that narrative. They pointed out that the two might have known each other long before their fame, possibly even trained together. Now that they're no longer tied down by company rules, a public comment isn't that strange. After all, it was just a greeting, which is why some people felt the whole thing was blown way out of proportion. Not long after Garam's sudden online return grabbed everyone's attention, fans started connecting the dots elsewhere too. Luceraphim's Uncha posted something on her Instagram story that sparked more speculation, which was a photo of some green grapes followed by 5 rose emojis and a white heart. It didn't say anything outright, but longtime fans didn't see it as random. They believed the grapes might symbolize Sour Grapes, a B-side track from Luceraphim's debut that many associated with Garam, especially after her standout performance in it. As for the emojis, fans thought they could represent the 5 current members and Garam, quietly included with the heart. Though nothing was confirmed, some people took it as a quiet sign that Unche and Garam might still be on good terms. Back when they were in the group, the two were often seen together and looked genuinely close. Unche had even once mentioned that a song featuring all 6 members was one of her favorites. Of course, if the current members are restricted from mentioning Garam publicly due to how messy her departure was, that wouldn't be surprising. Still, for fans who followed the group since its debut, this small moment was enough to make them believe that the bond between them might still be there, just not something they're allowed to show openly. Now that Garam has reappeared online, a big question is floating around. Is she planning a return to the entertainment world too? While she hasn't said anything directly, a lot of things are hinting that she might be gearing up for a comeback, just not as an idol this time. For starters, she's been studying acting, and the fact that she got accepted into a top university for it suggests she's got real potential. Around the time her Instagram account went public, people noticed it was now trackable on platforms like Social Blade, something that only happens if you switch to a professional account. Not long after, fans also realized her account category had been changed to actor. Then came another clue. Masahiko Komatsuzaki, the creative director behind XG's visuals, followed her and liked one of her posts. That small gesture got people talking. It might not seem like much, but to fans, it looked like the pieces of something bigger starting to form. Although she hasn't posted anything new as of May 22nd, many believe she's testing the waters before officially launching her acting career. One theory is that she might first appear in a music video. That would be a low-risk way to reintroduce herself, just enough visibility to gauge public response without diving in headfirst. If the feedback is positive and she's backed by a company, it could be the first step to something bigger. But for now, everyone's watching and waiting to see what she does next. So what's your take? Is Garam really gearing up for a big return to the entertainment industry, or are fans reading too much into the little things? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and thank you for watching.